Hey everybody, what's up? And in this video, I'm going to be giving you a review of the LEGO Harry Potter 2019 Hogwarts Clock Tower. Now right off the bat, I just want to let you guys know that I like this set. I seriously and 100% like this set. It's a very nice set. I'm very happy with my purchase. I think that everything here is done very well. But that being said, you're going to see throughout the review that there are a number of things that I actually do dislike about it or that I think should be changed. But I want you all to know that even with all those complaints I might have throughout the video, I'm 100% happy with my purchase. I'm glad I bought the set, and I'm very pleased with it. So I'm going to start the review by just showing you guys some of the little side builds here. So the first two right here are these little tables, and these are supposed to represent tables at the Yule Ball. And you can see these are really nice looking builds. This one has a very big ice castle on it. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be Hogwarts, but I like the icicles on the bottom here. This one has a much smaller castle and has two drinking cups in it. And then right here we get the Christmas tree, which I think is actually done really nice. I mean, it's a LEGO Christmas tree, and I think a lot of you know that LEGO Christmas trees aren't that good in general. But I think this one looks good. I like what they did with all the clear elements on it here. You know, if you just see, it kind of just adds a nice little sparkle. The dark green looks good. Yeah, all in all, it looks really good. I'm actually really happy with the way this looks, and there is a star on the top of the tree. And then the last little thing I want to show you right here is this teal brick separator, and I'm so happy with this. This is my first teal brick separator, obviously, and you know, these come in larger LEGO sets these days. It's just really nice to have. It's the same thing as the orange ones, but you know what? It looks good. So without further ado, let's look at the minifigs. So for a look at the minifigures, I'm going to group the minifigures in pairs of ones that I like and ones I don't like, just to make it, you know, really quick to go through them all. So first up, we've got Harry on the left and Ron on the right. And oh my goodness, Ron Weasley looks perfect here. Absolutely perfect. Check him out. The face, the hair, the torso, it all looks so good. Harry looks really good too. Do note that they're both using the medium-sized legs. And I do want to show real quick something interesting with the wands, because you guys know that the wands come in sets of 2. But if you take a look, the piece holding the wands, this is a spare wand from this set, doesn't have the part in the top that they usually do. So it's just interesting, and that makes it a lot easier to detach the wands. So good job to LEGO doing that. I really appreciate that. And as for these guys' alternate faces, Ron's again looks so good. It's so accurate to how he was during the Yule Ball. I just love it. The next two minifigures are actually two that I have issues with. This is Hermione on the left and Fleur Delacour on the right. And don't get me wrong, they both look good. Hermione especially looks good if you just don't look at the bottom half of her. You know, her torso, her hair, her head looks good. But I really dislike what they did with her, you know, lower half, trying to make it look like she's in a dress. They should have used a sloped brick. I don't know why they didn't, but it just looks really awkward. And the only thing I actually dislike with Fleur is I just wish she had a little bit of printing on her dress. I think it would have just, if they carried on the stripes, it would have looked good. But nonetheless, she still looks great. Hermione does look a little awkward though, because they're trying to make her the same height as Harry and Ron, but also in a dress, and it just doesn't work for me. Her hairpiece though looks phenomenal, and she does still look really good. And each of these minifigs has a pretty good and fitting alternate face, which I definitely like. Another slight issue with Hermione is that when you're taking her off of a surface, it is kind of hard to get all of her off at once, you know. And especially throughout the castle, you know, sometimes the bottom might get caught. I don't know, she's just a difficult minifig. Next up here is Cedric Diggory on the left. He's the Hogwarts champion, and on the right is Albus Dumbledore. And these are two minifigs that I both really like. I think they look great. Cedric looks so good, you know, all dressed up. He really does look good. And Dumbledore just looks different in a good way. You know, the purple is not a color LEGO has really given us for him, but I think it looks good. He uses the same hairpiece as the collectible minifigure. One thing I would say, if I had to nitpick, I think Cedric should have the bow tie piece, you know, the one that goes under his neck. I think that would just give him a little more like depth as a character. But other than that, no complaints here. These guys both look great, and they do get alternate faces. I like how Dumbledore has one face without the glasses. It's pretty clever. And rounding off the minifigures, we have Victor Crumb on the left and Madame Maxime on the right. I'm going to start by talking about Victor because, oh my goodness, his whole minifig looks phenomenal. His torso is done perfect in my opinion. It's so accurate, so good. The hair's good, his face is pretty good. His alternate face isn't as good. Then as for Madame Maxime, I think she actually turned out looking really, really nice. You know, they made her an extra tall minifigure. Check out this printing on the back of her dress. It is so nice. Check that out. That looks so, so good. Very, very happy with that. And I just think that both these figures are really well done. They both look really good. The alternate faces are good. I don't really like Victor's alternate face. It's kind of too happy for him. But I guess it makes sense for the sake of the dance. But yeah, two really good minifigs. So now for a look at the Hogwarts clock tower itself. This is a very nice size structure. It's a very big structure. It's very, very tall. I mean, you guys obviously saw it compared to a minifig in the beginning. Check it out. This thing has some really, really good height to it, which I really like. Now, there are some things that I dislike about it. First up, for all of these tower elements right here, they need to have a Lego cone there to just fix it. It just kind of stops abruptly, and I don't like that. It happens 3 times throughout this build. That's, again, nitpicking, but I don't like that. Another thing I don't like is the stickers here on this set. And you can see, and I mentioned this in my review videos last year of these sets, you can just see the stickers. You can see like the brick element where like the sticker begins and where the piece is, you know, it's just a different color. And I just don't like that, you know, it just bothers me personally. But that's really the only problems I have with the outside of this thing, because the rest of it is so nice. First off, these sections are all modular. There's 3 modular sections here. This section also comes out just like that, which is great if you're going to be, you know, just playing around with the towers and changing them out as a kid, which I think is really good. And the way they connect them is really, really well done, using a Technic pin and an axle. So you kind of have, you know, not as bad of a connection there. So let's just start down here and take a look at it. Another thing you really have to like with this is the use of all the different textures on this thing, because there's a lot of different textures. You know, you have the brick elements and a lot of different colors. You know, you have the orangish tan color, you have the regular tan color, you've got light bluish gray in there. It just all looks really good, and the roof is really nice in the gray color again. I mean, this corner especially, look at all the different colors. They even include dark tan in here a lot, which I think is really good. Another thing I like is the inclusion of these plant pieces down here. It just keeps the consistency with the last castles. Here's one of my favorite details of the whole set. I just like how this entranceway looks, especially with these railings, how they use the quarter round tiles there. I just think they look really good. And if we just work our way up, take a look at this clock tower, guys. It looks so good. A lot of windows, a lot of different colors, a lot of different, you know, textures and all that. And right here is the clock face itself. And I think that this looks amazing. And there's a really cool action feature on the inside, which I'll show you in a second, where you can turn the hands of the clock. Now, obviously, they don't turn like a clock normally would, but I think it looks really, really good. And you know what? I actually like this clock so much better in person. It doesn't come up good on camera, but it looks so good in person. There's even a smaller clock printed right here. But one interesting thing I found with this, which I actually think is kind of funny and also kind of embarrassing on Lego's part, is that the official box art and pictures of this set have the clock built wrong. If you take a look here, and I hope that focuses, you can see the Roman numerals are off. That is 9 up there, whereas 12 should be. So either Lego doesn't know their Roman numerals, or they did a really poor job building the set for the box art, which is funny because they have a red arrow on the back of this piece, and they make it so clear in the instructions what you have to do. So it's kind of annoying to me that even is a problem. You know, I feel like, you know, it's Lego, they should be doing stuff right. It just looks bad for their image as a whole. Now, one thing that looks really good for the image of this set is this roof, though. This is a really good angle used here. I like the way it looks. It looks amazing. You know, and the way they built this section up here, I just really liked. I thought it was really good, really clever. The kind of just like brick slope that they use right here is really good. It just gave me nostalgia from the older 2011 castles. And yeah, I just think this all looks really good. All of this actually looks really good. The whole exterior looks great. It really does. It's really nice. It is just a really cool thing. And then if we just come down this side, that's really all else there is to see. And that's really all there is with that. So now let's take a look at the interior of this castle. And I do want to get some minifigs in here. So minifigs definitely do add a lot of life to this castle. So let's just start down here. And this is the room that's supposed to just represent like a ball or a dance here. And it's in the smallest section. And this is the only real Christmas part of the display, which I actually really like, because, you know, you can just take it off and you've got yourself the whole castle, and it's just perfect to add into a regular display. So this part right here is supposed to represent, you know, just the Yule Ball dance, and you can see there is a little candle or flame element in the back there, which is just a nice touch. This does look really good, but the action feature here, I was really not excited for it when I saw the first pictures of the set. And then when I was building it, I started to get excited, then I kind of lost the hype again. It's just this, and you have to turn it manually. But I think it's really good, though. It's a really good action feature. I think kids are going to love it. You know, it just really lets your minifigs dance there, and it's really good. There's no good way to activate this. You know, if you go like this, you kind of are going too fast for a slow dance. But I think if you just go like this, it works really good. And I'm actually really happy with the end result of this one. So moving along, we get into the prefect's bathroom here. So this is a very nice looking room. It's just a bathtub. You know, that's pretty much all that's in there is just a bathtub. But it ends up looking good. I like how they have the water kind of coming out of the faucet. And we get a very nice print here for the mermaid windows. Check that out. That looks so good. Not a print, it's a sticker. It's a clear sticker. But it's so good. It adds so much detail. My only problem with the bathtub here is that there needs to be walls in the back here to kind of close it off. It kind of just looks a little awkward. But I'm really happy with this interior. This is probably my favorite interior in the whole thing. Coming up, we get to my least favorite interior in the whole thing. And don't get me wrong, this looks amazing. This is supposed to be Dumbledore's office. And the idea here is this is his desk, obviously. And we have a pensive here. And then there are just a lot of bookshelves. And you can see a couple of portraits on the wall there. I hope the camera focuses for this. It's going to be a little hard to see. But you can see they are very nice. These stickers are very nice. The back sticker has Fox on one side and the Sorting Hat on the other, which you can kind of see, and then there's two more of these. Now, what don't I like about this? First off, it seems very minimalistic here. It looks good, but without the stickers, this is really awful. You know, and I like how they represent the pensive, and I like that they try to represent a sort of Gryffindor up here. It's really good, but I feel like it's just not enough detail for this thing. And then what I really don't like is when you put Dumbledore in here, obviously he has to stand, which I get. It just doesn't look right. It doesn't look enough like Dumbledore's office to me. And I really dislike how the Great Hall set from last year included Fawkes, who you can see right here on a sticker now, and the Sorting Hat. They were both included, and I just feel like it's a waste. You know, those stickers, they look good, but it's not necessary. The desk looks good, these stickers are good, but it's kind of just not enough like Dumbledore's office. I want more from that. And I actually feel with all the interiors on this set, and even with last year's sets too, they're very basic interiors. They're not as good detail as the front of the castle, because take a look at the front of this castle here, and it looks amazing. This looks so good. You know, this looks like such a good display piece. Then you come inside, and yes, it's a play set, it's Lego, but it's not enough for me. I want more out of this office in a really bad way, you know? It's Dumbledore's office. It's Albus Dumbledore's office. I would like more. You know, they could give us more than a generic Lego sword. I'm sure they had a budget, but I think it would have been nice if we gotten a little more. And, you know, same here just with, do we really need all these stickers, or could we get a build here? You know, that's just what I'm thinking. And it does really sound like I'm complaining, yes, but I will expect more from this. This interior here for this bottom floor isn't bad. We have the Goblet of Fire right here, which I think is alright. And then this is just an empty chest. It's kind of basic. I think I would have liked something else in there, but I'm not really sure what. But, you know, for what it is, it's good. And I do know that they're limited on space here. Here's Defense Against the Dark Arts, and it is nice that we get another classroom here in Lego. And they actually did a really nice job with this one, to an extent. So first off, we have one spot for a student to sit, which is pretty good. There's some potions and stuff in the back. Here's a little desk for the professor, and I love the I keep saying stuff's printed, it's all stickers. The stickered chalkboard there for Mad Eye Moody, and it has the 3 unforgivable curses written down on there. So it says 3 unforgivable, and then it has 1, 2, 3, and it's kind of like students are supposed to write in the answer. And I think that's really good. But you know what's missing from this classroom? It's missing, well, a couple of things. Obviously, it's missing the whole office, which I think would be nice to have. But it's missing the skeleton that hangs from the ceiling. That's very iconic. And, you know, we're going for iconic Harry Potter stuff here, and that's just not in here, which is a little bit disappointing. I would have liked to see that. This isn't a bad interior. And, again, kids are going to love it. But me being a Harry Potter fan and a Lego fan, I am still expecting more. And then the last floor is the hospital wing, which I'm actually very happy with this hospital wing. It has 2 beds here, and you can see I have Ron in one of the beds. And I like how the beds have studs in them. You can see better on this one. There's studs here, so you can actually lay your minifigs down. There's a lamp, and then here is the gear for the clock. So that just activates the clock outside there. And that's really it for these interiors. So it did sound like I was complaining a lot, and I kind of was, you know. It just feels to me with these Harry Potter sets that they're giving us a lot of good and then poor interiors. And that is going to be it for my review of this set. So like I said in the beginning of this video, guys, I really do like this set. I think this is a great set, actually. You know, the minifigs are really well done here. The whole castle itself looks amazing. It really looks good. The interiors are still a bit of a bummer for me, but there are some really good ones. And overall, I just think it's a really nice set, a great Lego set. So that's it for this video, but before we go, I do want to just let you all know that my channel has a community tab now. And you can see I posted a picture of me buying this set on that tab. So please be sure to check that out if you just want to see little behind the scenes updates of what I'm working on in between each video that gets uploaded. That's going to be it for this video though. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all again in my next video.